Hey everybody, it's Ika Cute. You know how much I love moms. You're all amazing, strong, and juggling like 1,000 things at once. But sometimes even superheroes need a break. If you've ever reheated your coffee 4 times and still never finished it, you might be burned out. And trust me, I've been there. Being a mom and having a career, that's next level stress. But when you start doing things like forgetting to eat lunch, pointing at cold coffee, we need to talk about burnout. So today, let's go through the top 4 signs you're burned out and what you can do about it. Stay tuned. Okay, first sign you might be headed for a burnout vacation. You forget everything. And I'm not talking about where you put your keys, though that happens too, am I right? I'm talking about the important stuff. You open your phone to, send a text, and then blank. What was I doing? Who was I texting? Why is there a shopping list in here with just bananas and glitter glue on it? Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. I once forgot where I parked my car at the grocery store. It wasn't even a big parking lot. I walked around for an hour and finally a very nice security guard helped me find it. It was embarrassing, but hey, at least I got my steps in, right? But seriously, if you're constantly drawing a blank, it might be your brain's way of saying, hold up, I need a timeout. We ask a lot of our brains, especially as moms. We're constantly problem solving, remembering everyone's schedules, and trying to figure out what that weird smell in the back seat is. Spoiler alert, it's usually old French fries. So give yourself a break. Sign number 2 that you might be approaching Burnoutville. You've officially developed an aversion to small talk. You know what I'm talking about. Someone's like, oh hey, how are you? And you just stare at them. Like a zombie in a PTA meeting. It's not that you're being rude. Okay, maybe a little. It's just the thought of mustering up the energy for a conversation about the weather. It's exhausting. You're already running on fumes. Mentally, emotionally, and probably running low on actual fuel too, because when was the last time you ate a decent meal that wasn't like leftover chicken nuggets? Listen, I love a good chat as much as the next person. Catching up with people, hearing about their lives, it's important. But when you're burned out, even the simplest interactions can feel like climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. So if you find yourself avoiding eye contact at the school pickup line, it might be time to prioritize some serious self-care. Chapter 3. Multitasking overload. Stop doing it all. Alright, let's talk about multitasking. Because if you're a mom, you've probably been told you're a master multitasker. But you know what? I'm calling it out. Multitasking is a myth. It's just doing a bunch of things badly at the same time. You're trying to answer work emails while stirring the pasta, while breaking up an argument over who gets the blue cup. It's chaos. And you know what happens in chaos? Things get missed, deadlines get forgotten, the pasta boils over, and someone ends up drinking their orange juice out of the blue cup anyway. I once tried to fold laundry, write jokes for my show, and make pancakes at the same time. Let's just say it ended with syrup in my hair and a whole lot of punchlines that didn't make any sense. So instead of trying to be super mom, how about we try being present mom? Focus on one thing at a time. Give it your full attention. Your brain will thank you. Chapter 4. The third coffee crisis. When coffee isn't enough. This next sign is a big one, people. It's the third coffee crisis. You know you're in the danger zone when your coffee consumption starts to resemble a college student during finals week. Remember how excited you were for that first cup this morning? The steam, the smell, the promise of caffeine-induced productivity. But now it's noon, that coffee is colder than your ex's heart, and you're reaching for another cup. Or 3. Coffee is great, don't get me wrong. I love a good latte as much as the next person. But when it becomes your primary source of energy, it's time to take a step back and ask yourself, what's really going on here? Are you not sleeping enough? Are you pushing yourself too hard? Are you trying to be everything to everyone except yourself? Listen, you can't pour from an empty cup. And trust me, I've tried. It just creates a big, messy spill. So before you brew that 4th cup, take a moment to check in with yourself. Outro beat burnout and get back to you. So how do you actually fix burnout? It's easier than you think. You just gotta prioritize yourself. First, figure out what really matters. Then delegate. Those dishes? Not your problem. Those permission slips? Hand them off. And finally, schedule in some me time, even if it's just 15 minutes to sit in your car and listen to music without anyone asking for snacks. My favorite trick? The 3-3-3 Rule 3 top priorities for the day, 3 breaks to recharge, and 3 things you did well. because celebrating the small wins is important. Remember, you are amazing, you are strong, and you deserve a break.